Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. I've made it. I'm back. I'm just lighting some Palo Santo this morning. Got some birds playing in the background. Just trying to be able to come back to self, some of those energies. Just allowing that energy to flow. I hope everybody's well. I hope everyone's been healthy, whole, all those good things that happen to good people. So, yeah, it's been a while. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling kind of nervous. No, I'm just kidding. So anyways, I just wanted to come in today and do my show today on the reality of what's happening around us. Hello, good morning, Kate. Oh, I've missed you guys so much. You just don't know. I've been working so much that it's weird because I wanted to have this conversation with Debbie last night. We don't talk as much as we used to because, we talk pretty much every day. And there's times where I haven't been able to. And so I message Debbie once in a while. Like I'm always apologizing to her because I don't touch base with her every day like I used to. And it's weird because when we go back into the outside world, being back into the workforce and all those other things, it's weird because I feel like I've lost a stepping kind of sort of to where it's like being out in the world around other people, especially with everything going on right now. It's never ending, and so many people are clashing in this and everybody's right, in their own minds. You're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong, that kind of thing. And the thing about it is stepping out into that energy, it is extremely draining. So I've had to find different ways of grounding, which is very important. Some days I just feel completely wiped out. And days feeling okay, I think I'm going to be okay. But in those moments of great madness or, crazy things going on in the world, I always like to look just for the silence. Just to sit there. Sometimes I just sit in my car and I just take a few deep breaths and blow them out. And I call on my spirit guides and I call on the archangels and just the higher powers to bring me peace, to help me. I even call on Mother Earth to help find a way to ground myself if I am not grounded enough to make my way through the day without being through so many emotions that don't belong to myself, if that makes sense. So when I do, what my point is that having to go through our day all the time, the ups and downs and stuff, we always have to remember that we have to come back to ourselves. Now, this is a lesson that I have been preparing for, to go back into work, to do all my spiritual work. I have met some extremely awesome people in my working days, light workers, witches, and whatever we want to call them, whatever they call themselves, healers. So they're more like, people are talking about it more in the medical field, in the workforce. They're like, yeah, Reiki. They're witches. Yeah, they are doing their own herbs. They're making their own concoctions. I mean, spiritualists. They're speaking more about it now. There has been a shift. And I want you people to know that there are a lot more people out there like me than you think there are. Because since I've been going back to work, yesterday, one of the young ladies, she was telling me how her brother does spiritual work. He does readings. She goes, he keeps it on the down low. She goes, I knew he was doing it for all these years. She's like, but you know what? Now he's just like, yeah, I grow my own herbs. I do. I mean, it's like coming out of the witch closet or coming out of the psychic medium closet or something. So it's what's needed. It's what's required. We all need it. We all need that kind of healing, whether we go to look for advice from someone else, such as myself, Debbie, or other healers, other light workers out there, Lady T, those kind of things. The ladies on the shows, Kristen and everybody. We all provide some form of healing, whether it may be by words, by acknowledgement, by silent prayer, just by that healing. Like right now, I can feel just here, there's a lot of emotions going on out there. There's a lot, like it's making me teary right now. That there's people out there that are having some kind of sadness in their life, some things going on in their life. There's some, ups and some downs. There's some, what am I going to do? There's a little bit of panic in the wind, just those kind of things that may help clear this. Let's move some of this stuff out. And it's weird because the last few days, so I wanted to ask Debbie and just be like, do you ever feel like there's a time where you just don't have your gift anymore? Like you just feel blank because either you're just from exhaustion or you're just from like, like you've been taken aback. Like I've said this before, like you're able to move back as a healer. Sometimes we're like, whoa, I'm not as sensitive right now. What's going on? Am I losing my gifts or, whatever may be happening? But sometimes the universe will settle you down and silence you a little bit more. You won't even really, they'll be very, how do you say, they won't be as obvious. Like they slow you down so that you can, push forward. They'll pull you forward into the next level. Now, I firmly believe that because like today, now that I'm back on my show, I feel like I'm back in my space. I feel like I'm back in my mind. So it never truly does go away. So see, I just proved my point right now. Debbie, if you're out there, thanks for your help from afar, sister. But I think as healers, and I think as people around the world, we're all healers. Each and every one of you are healers. We heal our loved ones around us. We heal our dogs, our pets, our animals, our birds, whoever. We heal our children. We heal our friends. Either by an ear to listen, somebody that they need to speak to, a meal we've cooked for them to end their hunger, a drink that we may have offered them to quench their thirst so they're no longer thirsty. There's many ways we are healers. And I want you guys to all know that you are all healers in your own little way. You, just like you right now, healing me from the little bit of anxiety that I had from like going back out into the workforce and just being like, whoa, I was just kind of scattered and all over the place because you lose your footing when you get back into the real world. And we have to learn, me, myself, as a healer, I have to learn to step back and be like, okay, I don't own that. So this is a test to our spirituality and a test to what we're doing when it comes to those emotions that we are being extremely empathic, of course. We get to those emotions where we have to understand what is mine and what isn't mine. And that goes back many, shows back where as an empath, I always knew when, like working in a hospital, I always knew when somebody was going to die. I always knew when situations were different, what are going to happen, but I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. This is way before I knew who I was and what I was about. So now that I look at it, I'm just kind of like, okay, interesting. Now I'm back in the medical field and I can see things. So for those of you, I can see things, but they're through different eyes. They're through more understanding eyes, and I'm able to not be panicked by it. I don't need to be like, oh my God, what's going on? Because now I do know. But, so for those of you that don't know, I do work in a hospital that's mainly for children, okay? And the other night I was coming home from work, and it was super funny because, it wasn't funny. I can laugh about it now, right? So I was coming home, and this is the thing. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last show. So I work at this children's hospital, right? And So I have this one little spirit, this one little girl. She's super, super sweet. And I'm sitting there in my chair, and I even took a picture to see behind me to see if I can see somebody behind me, just, whatever. Because I always have this little girl like behind me, my left shoulder, and she's just always like, she doesn't say anything, but I know she's there. And I'm just like, and I can't react. I can't say anything because, people around me are going to think, what's wrong with this broad, right? So I just kind of ignore it. I acknowledge her in my head. I'm like, yes, can I help you? I say to her, and she just kind of like takes off running, and then she'll come back, and then she's just kind of like, I think she just wants to be acknowledged, right? So anyways, so this is what goes on through Carla's shift at work. So I see these children, and they walk around, and they're just kind of like playing with the other children that are alive. They just kind of like look at him and they laugh. I see that the younger children acknowledge them, the ones that are there. They acknowledge the little spirit children. And then some of them, they get scared. They kind of just go like this. So it's different. It's different for every child, right? So anyways, there's a parking garage. As I'm leaving work one night in the parking garage, I'm just cruising. I'm walking in my car, and I'm like feeling somebody behind me. And whenever I walk, listen, lesson number one, ladies, whenever I walk, I have my keys, and you know how you have the key. I don't even know. Okay, so say you have your key, right? I love old keys. This is I'm an old skeleton key collector. So anyways, you know how you have your car key and it's the remote thing right here. So I always have my keys like this, right? The key out. I always have it just for my own protection, because if somebody was to ever come at me, I could, boom. Anyways, lesson number one, protection there, girls, because it's late at night, it's dark. So anyways, so I have my key like that, and I'm walking in my car, and I feel somebody just going shoom behind me, shoom. So then I'm walking in my car, and I see this gray shadow just run right past me, just run past me. And whoever it was just messing with me in there, just kind of running around, whatever. I think it was a male. He wasn't a kid. He was maybe a teenager, a little bit older, whatever. But he was just kind of running back and forth. So I was like, okay. And it was just weird because first it startled me, and I'm just like, okay. I turn back around, and there's like a group of kids. I look through, I look back, there's nobody there. And then in my mind's eye, I see a bunch of kids standing there. And they're like, are you leaving? And I just went and got in my car. I wasn't scared. And I'm like, yes, I have to go. And so I get in my car, and then there's a few kids that pop in, and they're sitting in the back seat. I don't know if I told you guys this. This happened to me the other day. And anyways, the kids were telling me, where are you going? You need to clean your car. It's a mess, because my car is a mess right now. And it was super sweet because you know what? Whenever you go somewhere, so all these little spirit kids, they're in the back seat, they're hanging out, and they're just like, oh, okay, let's go, ready to go. And it broke my heart because they're just like, they just want to hang out because they know that I can see them, right? And I'm just talking to them, at work, or they just kind of come by, and they're like, oh, the lady, she's here, the lady, she's here. When I get closer up to the hospital, I see these kids, these spirits, they get excited. She's coming back. But just as if you go anywhere, and you're a sensitive and you're able to see spirits, or if you know that there's spirits around, you just see or sense them. What you do is you have to understand that there are boundaries, of course. The boundaries that we all have are the right to say, you cannot come in the car with me. You cannot come with me on my drive home. You cannot come to my home. You have to set boundaries. And it was like really hard for me because they're kids, they're kids. And I'm like, you know what, you guys, I'll be back. I'll be back in a couple days, or I'll be back tomorrow. Like last night, the group of kids was standing there again. And it's so heartbreaking because I asked my spirit guides to help them cross over. But for those that don't have anybody, or they don't want to cross over, they hang out. They stay at the hospital. Some of them, they run in the parking lot, in the parking garage. And it was really weird because You just get this sense, but you have to set these boundaries, because if not, they come to the house and they start getting all up in your business and different things. Like the other day, I had this pin that's always right here on my desk. It's like by my feathers and all this stuff. And I had this pin, and I told Keith, and I said, "Did you touch my pin? Did you get my pin?" It was like one of my cool pins, and he's like, "No." So I don't know. Maybe I have, somebody here, because I know I haven't been home. I've been working, so I'm like, I wonder who got my pin. So it's probably one of the kids got my pin and hid it. You just never know. Spirits are funny like that. So anyways, I mean, life has been a really good experience lately, but at the same time, it's having me come back to the reality of dealing with the outside world, not just here as a spiritual healer, but the path. This is something I want you guys to understand. The spiritual path that a lot of us are on right now. A lot of you have become extremely sensitive. I mean, the energies are still going. The energies are still flowing right now. And what's super amazing for a lot of us out here is that those are being vaulted forward, or those that are actually still going through that dark night of the soul. But then there's the other ones that are just like new gifts, new energies, new things happening around them. They're sensitive. They're picking things up. Their third eye is more sensitive. People are getting much keener in those extra senses besides your, even true story. Let me tell you this. I've always been a sensitive when it comes to taste. I've always been one of those, I can't remember what they call it. Sometimes when you touch people or you get around people, you get this taste in your mouth of whatever's going on in their body. So the other day I went to go see a patient of mine, and it was really weird because she's very ill. She's a young lady. She's extremely ill. And the moment that I touched her, I began feeling every single thing that she was feeling. I even had a taste of all of the chemo meds she was going through, all of the other stuff that was going through. And all of a sudden, my mouth got dry because of all the pain medication she was on. I felt really weird. I felt horrible. I mean, bless her little heart. I just felt so bad for her. But let me just tell you something. The transition of energy that happened at that moment was that the reason why I was brought into her life was because she needed a healing from me. What happened at that moment was that transition of energy I took from her, and I helped to clear her from those energies that were hurting her, that were causing her that illness, whatever that might have been. And I gave her a healing at the same time. So we do that transition of energy, which it was one of those were really heavy on my system. It took me a little bit to get rid of it, but it did happen. So when things like that happen, I know some of you out there are doing. I know some of you out there are doing this because for some reason we're feeling those, and we're not aware of it. Sometimes you walk up to somebody. Perfect example: you walk up to somebody who's a severe diabetic, right? All of a sudden, you get a taste of metal in your mouth. That's insulin. Too much insulin. That might mean that they have something wrong with their blood sugar. Is not, whatever it may mean at that time, whatever it may mean, whatever that person's going through, you might be picking that up. Say, for instance, how many times have you walk up to somebody or you hang out, you come around with somebody and they got a headache and all of a sudden you got a headache too? That's empathic. You're feeling that. You're feeling that energy around you, and you're absorbing that energy that doesn't belong to you. So a lot of people have become much more sensitive to those energies. And I noticed that I have. So I told my buddy that was with me during that visit. She's like, "Are you okay?" She knows what I do. And I told her, I said, "You know what? I feel like I'm dying. Literally, I feel like I'm dying." And so I want you guys to all know that if you're having these feelings when you get around, because the sensitivities, the energies are still flowing really good right now. I mean, they're like all over the place. People are becoming more sensitive, people are awakening, the ascension symptoms, especially with everything going around right now, the illnesses. Um, we have to really be careful and know exactly what we're doing, meaning like, is it mine or is it theirs? Is it something that truly belongs to me? Meaning, have I been sleeping well? Have I been eating well? Have I been, drinking lots of fluids? Have I, you know what I mean? Have I been maintaining, myself? So with that being said, the most important thing we can do for ourselves is to make sure that we're nourished, to make sure that we nurture ourselves, that we're able to come back to ourselves and give ourselves that healing when we need it. So when we give ourselves a healing and we replenish all that we've lost from here to there, and we're just so tired, those people you get around with, they're just so draining of everything that you are. You walk in there and they just, or just somebody who's just negative all the time. The energy is extremely draining. Not only does it drain the people around them, but it drains the energy in the house. You have somebody who's always negative in the area, and that energy just continues. It creates like this ball of smoke. It creates this ball of just different things that are happening, within themselves, and it just creates. And all of a sudden, you walk into the room or the house, and the house feels heavy. It's because that energy that they're putting out, it poisons the air. It poisons the area around you, and nobody wants to be in the room. Nobody wants to share in that. So what we do is we send a healing to it. We offer a healing. We offer, we call on our spirit guides. We call on our archangels. We call on, whatever higher power you believe in to help soften, the situation, to help this person find the love, the self-love or self-worth that they need, to be able to find happiness in their lives, in all aspects, in all areas of their life, or whoever the situation may be. So when we look at different people's situations, being back in the work world, even just family or whatever it may be, always remember that whatever is in your heart is what's going to come back around you in your immediate circle. Yeah, there's some circumstances where you just have to deal with family or, maybe somebody you live with or something like that. But we have to understand that sometimes they're a lesson. They're a teacher. There's somebody that just has to be in that moment, that to teach us, what they need to teach us, something within ourselves that we have to let go of, which is a good thing. Sometimes, we think we got it down pat, and then we turn around and we're like, there's another lesson to be learned there. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everyone is finding their way on this beautiful Saturday. The energies out there are just super lovely. They're overwhelming for some, but if we try and let go of control and being able to understand how wonderful life truly is, if we embrace the change within ourselves to be a better person, to find unconditional love, and even the toughest of moments, I think that it'll be much easier for a lot of us. Some situations just are meant to work out themselves, or sometimes it's something that we need to figure out on our own. And when we figure them out on our own, it makes us stronger. It doesn't make us weaker, it makes us stronger. And when we ask for help, it really opens us up. It really does, because it truly happens to the best of us. I mean, we all learn by mistakes, right? That's the only way we're going to be able to move forward and know, okay, that way didn't work. Let's try the next way. Let's do the next way. And it's just one of those things where sometimes we just have to step back and let shit happen. you know, that's just how that's just kind of how I look at it, So today is going to be a short show. I know. I'm just exhausted. Did anybody have any questions? Questions, comments, concerns? Anyone? I just think that I see there's so much going on. There's a huge transition going in many people's lives right now. I understand that people are looking at the news and they're just kind of seeing what's going on. And, I don't watch the news. I don't, but I've heard a lot when I go to patients' houses and they have the news on and they're just overwhelmed by all that. And it's truly sad, but change has to come. I don't condone it. I'm not saying it's a good thing, whatever's going on. I'm just saying that the shift has been made. The shift has happened. And the world is ready for change. And Mother Earth is saying, you know what? It's time. So the energy is lovely for those that see that change is good. Change is inevitable. But also for those that have trouble, the ones that don't want any change because they're comfortable where they are, will never truly be who they want to be in their life. Stagnant is no fun. And when we wake up to the energies and the life that we're meant to have, that's what we're trying to get to. That's what we're trying to do here. And I think a lot of people are meeting that. I mean, the energy here is like, phew, now it's lovely. I love it. It's like very mutual. It's very relaxing. Some people were just kind of letting things go. Just let it go. Just like even in this transition, this message that I'm sending. Absolutely. Just this message that I'm sending. I'll help to release you from those energies that no longer suit your best and highest good. And we allow those energies that are for our best and highest good to come in. The transition has come, and it's a beautiful energy. The grass will seem much greener, the sky much bluer, the earth much softer. The water will taste more pure. The food will taste like it's never been in any person's hands. It's just straight from Mother Earth, straight onto your plate. Just beautiful energies. The time has come. Oh, Elizabeth, you need to stop. See, Elizabeth is the person here that doesn't know her spiritual laws, and that's unfortunate. But we're gonna send her a healing and a blessing. So, hey, Lisa, how are you doing, my dear? We come to a place in our lives, especially right now. I'm 50. I just turned 50, and I don't like to have clutter. Yeah, I do have clutter, in my space, but it's a beautiful clutter in a certain area where I know where everything is. Just kidding. It's the moment when I start putting shit away. I'm like, where is it? So anyways, it's just some of those things that, like, when we declutter in our life, truly, honestly, this is a time where a lot of us are decluttering. We're letting go of relationships that no longer suit our best and highest good. A lot of you have pole vaulted. I can feel the energy. A lot of you have really taken on your life purpose, and it's such a beautiful energy. Lisa, you have. Kate, Mandy, you're getting there. Diana, I'm sorry. Shifts have happened. I feel it. I feel the love. Oh yeah, Kate. Oh, bless his heart. Yeah, I turned 50 last November, and I don't feel any different than I did the day before or today. I don't feel any different. I mean, besides the point that my kids are old. Just kidding. But tell your brother I said happy birthday, Kate. Bless his sweetheart. Oh my gosh. I think it's wonderful. I think birthdays are great, but I think every day is a holiday, like my Uncle Butch would say. Every day is a holiday. And it's very true. It's very true, because you know what? Every day is a celebration of survival, of being whole within ourselves, of just being here and being able to share these moments with you, with my family, with my dog, with Keith, with, with just being, you know what, just being blessed in the fact that I can get up and I can have a cup of coffee, or I can have water. You know what I mean? I can have food, cereal. The other day I had cereal. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I had cereal. I love cereal. And it's just kind of like, it's just those little guilty pleasures that we like to have here and there. And yeah, I love it. It's great. Hi, Carlos. I'm doing good, Carlos. I'm hanging in there. Ooh, sweetie, you're 53. Good job, Kate. Woohoo! Yeah, my friend is 53 too, and it's funny because I was teasing her the other day, and I'm like, you know what, you're older than me, so I need to respect my elders, so I'm gonna step back. She's like, whatever. It's just funny because I work for her now, and it's funny. But anyways, yeah, life is good. I know a lot of us have lost somebody we truly love. We've lost so many people have passed on, but trust me, their passing on is a part of their life, their soul contract. Passing on is something where they needed to be here in this time, but in order for them to help those on the other side, to be on the other side, to help those here. And it's not hard to explain, but yes, we have lost wonderful people, but because they left, it was meant because they needed to help at this time on the other side. Because of the changing and the shifts that are happening right now, that they needed to be on the other side to give strength, to give guidance, to help those here move to the next level. It's something of an angel in life has passed an angel, to the other side, and still remain an angel. Now, trust me, there are some people who were in life hardcore. They were not the nicest of people, but they were teachers. They may not have been angels, but they were teachers. And over. What happens is, I believe that there are some over there that are now soft in their heart, and they want to make up for it, and they want to help this, us that are here. You know what, Carlos? Yeah, absolutely, honey. My mother I miss, and I believe she's helped. Absolutely. Because you know what? In life, sometimes they're not able to help us, but in death, on the other side, when they transition to the spirit world, they're able to help us more than they could in life. And for whatever reason, Carlos, you're absolutely right in what. Sorry, I lost you guys there for a second. I don't know what's going on here. See, I'm not technical at all. So anyways, I just wanted to stop by. I know my video totally went out. I'm back. And I don't know why. There's like two of me. Did you see that two-sided? I don't know, man. It's crazy. But you know what, Carlos? Absolutely. Your mom is she is on the other side. She's doing good things now. She's doing good work. And I think a lot of it too. She says she's helping children. So sometimes, I don't know, it's just one of those things where there's so many up top that had left us this year, and they're just there, and they're helping us on the other side, because a lot of what's going on down here, they are needed. What's said? Oh, I'm just repeating what I'm saying, Carlos. I started back over. I'm here. But a lot of like, just like the work that your mother's doing right now, she says that she's helping children. A lot of that she's helping children is because it's something that called her. So now it makes sense, because right now there's a lot of children suffering. Yeah, there's a lot of suffering as well, but there's somebody that needs to help the children. There are those out there that need to help the children, because the children need that. The things I have seen recently, yes, definitely. There is a calling for angels to help children in their time of need. Families are not being able to stay together, from what I'm understanding, from what I'm seeing. And it's something that is there's a huge calling. So a lot of angels I've seen some angels around the hospital as well that are coming in and helping to guide some of those that need it. Well, I mean, they're always guiding everybody. They're always helping, but they have to, be asked. But when it comes to children, they step in and they're helping, kind of maneuver them a little bit to help them get through whatever they're going through. And I think that's what saves a lot of children from ending in certain paths. We see children that grow up in really icky situations, and some of them say that they were, some of them we get the good stories that they've been saved and they've been helped and whatever it was. I've seen so many people say it was a higher power, something beyond me, something of a higher power must have come and saved me and woke me up one day. That's angels. That's spirit. That's guidance from a higher power. And I truly believe that, your mom is doing good things, Carlos. It's a beautiful energy she's putting off. She's very flowy, like, meaning she's just like, I see her, she's just like very like flowing, Oh, here we go. Here's another troll. Sorry, guys. It's one of those energies where it's very lovely. I see many people standing there, many people around, and there are just many angels around right now. And they're just like, okay, so this is the message. The angels are here to help people to grow, to get out of the fear-based energy and to believe in themselves. They're guiding many people into finding the strength within themselves to know that everything is going to be okay, to not think the worst of things that are happening right now, to find it in their hearts to still stay in love, to find the love, as difficult as it may be. They are here to help answer the prayers, but also to find it in the right way at the right time. For whatever reason, the lessons that are in there that need to be taught are the lessons that will make us stronger. Like I said earlier, how weird that they said that, and I already said that, but it's the lessons that will make us stronger. So if God forbid it ever comes around again, we'll be more prepared. We'll be able to step through it and not feel so broken or crushed. And I don't like to use the word broken, but sometimes we do feel shattered. We do feel like we have no answers, or we feel boxed in. But the sky is free, the angels say. The sky is open. Send your prayers, send your love, send anything you feel that is in your heart. They are always listening to you. They are always with you. Some people are seeing them. I hear wind chimes. I'm seeing butterflies. I'm seeing the wind move. I'm seeing it in the trees. I'm seeing it in so many things in the pictures they're showing me right now. And the energy is phenomenal. Everything that we have within our being is based in love. That's what we're truly meant to feel. We are taught fear. We are taught crazy things, lower vibrational energies that we should not be feeling. But the angels say, believe in the higher power. Believe in the light. Look to the sky whenever you feel that you cannot find the answer or you need anything you need. Call on your angels. Ask them to send you that extra love, the guidance, that energy, the sustenance, or whatever you need in your life for you, yourself, and all of evolution. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. I've missed you all so much. I hope that this has helped you. My work schedule is just kind of hectic right now. I have looked into it, and I'm going to. There might be a little change up again. I'm not sure. I do apologize. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. But as soon as I get it figured out, I'm still doing my Saturday shows. No worries. Wednesday shows with Debbie. You know, it's a hit and miss with me. I was supposed to be on yesterday's show, our regular show, and I guess I was supposed to be to work at the hospital. Didn't know it. So yeah, life with Carla. So I hope you guys all have a beautiful Saturday. I love you guys. You guys are the best. You guys are the bee's knees. Please be safe. Always remember the angels are waiting for you, listening to you. They're so happy. They're so happy right now. They're saying, thank you, Carla. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I love you guys all. Have a wonderful Saturday. You guys take care of yourself. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you guys do what you got to do. And hey, I love you guys, and I will see you real soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.